Injury prevention has long been a part of the Emergency Nurses Association's core mission. Our reporter Diane Easterbrook explores how ENA views injury prevention and empowers its members to become ambassadors in the community to reduce preventable injuries. We'll see ENA members in action teaching the bleeding control program Stop the Bleed in California, and we visit a high school classroom to see how members are educating teens about the importance of safe driving.
The studies have shown that an average adult can bleed to death if the injury is severe enough in about 4 to 6 minutes.
Nurse Evan Edminster is teaching community members near Vacaville, California, the ABCs of bleeding control. As the Trauma Education Injury Prevention Outreach Coordinator at Kaiser Permanente Vacaville Medical Center, Edminster hopes these new recruits to the hospital's Stop the Bleed program may one day save a life.
Injury prevention is crucially important because trauma is the #1 killer of people 44 years old and younger. So as the countywide trauma center, it is our responsibility ethically and morally to be able to provide injury prevention programs that reduce the number of people that are dying unnecessarily from traumatic injury.
Emergency department nurses see preventable injuries and deaths come through their doors every day. That's why 2 years ago, ED nurses at Vacaville Medical Center joined Stop the Bleed, a national campaign to train, equip, and empower members of the community to intervene in bleeding emergencies before professional responders arrive.
Hey, you guys, one thing, remember you're trying to save their life, not their feelings. So that was way too gentle. You got to be more rough.
Stop the Bleed is just one example of how Emergency Nurses Association is empowering members to identify risks in their own communities, then develop programs to prevent injury and death. Mindy Aleda is the Advisory Council Chairperson for ENA Institute for Quality, Safety, and Injury Prevention. Aleda says every region is different, so her role is to identify hot topics that affect individual communities, then provide ENA members with the right tools to address those issues. Aleda says gun violence partly inspired ED nurses at Kaiser Permanente Vacaville Medical Center to choose Stop the Bleed.
With the increase of shootings since the Sandy Hook incident, there's so many lives that could be saved if there's simple community members that learn how to do Stop the Bleed. It doesn't have to be a nurse, they don't have to be an EMT, they can just be part of the community.
ENA provides its members with injury prevention toolkits that allows them to decide how they want to apply it and scale it to individual communities. They can also tailor the message to different audiences like emergency responders, service organizations, and students.
You're looking at your phone, right? Guess what? That's when you come see me in the emergency room.
Thelma Kuska, chairperson of Illinois' ENA Injury Prevention Committee, preaches safe behind-the-wheel skills to driver's education students. On this day, she's at Hinsdale South High School in Darien, Illinois. She says safe driving hit home with her as a longtime ED nurse and mother.
You see a lot when they come to the emergency department, kids injured, and there has to be some way to stop. Okay, right turn.
Kuska uses a computer simulator donated by State Farm Insurance to help student drivers hone their skills in the classroom before getting behind the wheel of a real vehicle.
Man, your seatbelt is so uncomfortable. I'm not going to wear it.
Kuska says the ENA toolkit gave her a roadmap for developing the safe driving program, and that's helped make it a huge success.
When I go to the neighborhood, like theater, or go to the like McDonald's or something, and the kids will say, "You were the one who went to my high school. I will never drink and drive." And so, it kind of gives me a validation.
ENA President Patty Coons Howard believes the impact members are having in their communities is profound, and that makes ENA proud.
They believe this is important. This is their passion about making a difference for their patients and their communities. And I think that really matters because they see things that happen in their communities and they go out there and try to stop the same thing from happening again.
Back at Kaiser Permanente Vacaville Medical Center, Stop the Bleed recruits wrap up a successful training session. Chris Lucius, a safety committeeman at a local canning company, feels better prepared to treat a possible injury.
Nothing ever really prepares you 100% for what you're going to encounter, but by repetition and coming to these classes and reassuring what you know, will help you in the event of an emergency.
ENA provides its members with the tools they need to make their community safer. Through empowerment, ED nurses help people from all walks of life accomplish things they never imagined they could do. In Darien, Illinois, I'm Diane Estabrook.